This conference will now be recorded.
All right, happy Friday. Today is Friday, February 15th. And so far, the pre-market's not really got too much going on in it yet, but it's been overall kind of a slow week. Things have been kind of dying a little bit earlier in our afternoons, really haven't had much substance within them. But a few things going on this morning. So first thing we're going to be looking at is EA. So we made this huge jump overnight from 105.25 from where we closed all the way up to pretty much that 112.25 level. But one thing to look at is basically since the morning, since we've opened up, if you look at the bigger prints out there, almost every single thing has been buying. And they're not huge buy prints, but at the same time, because of the orders are so thin, they definitely have a lot more substance towards them. So if we look over here, 108, basically the last one, we're still kind of pulling back from that. But if we look right here at 112, so not only do we have prints at 110 on that ask side that we're pulling back from right now, but we also have ask prints at 112. That tells us that we're going to be looking, once this pull down is pretty much done and we get a real trigger back towards that upside, we're going to have a very high percentage trade. So looking at that very closely. Now, the other thing I'm looking at is LOGM. And I'm going to tell you why. So as of right this second, so we have some bid prints that came in at that 80 level. You can see it's a little bit mixed. We have 78. We have a whole bunch of bid prints. We have 80. We have some bid prints. But one of the things that I want to look at right now is the fact that it came in at 79 right about 8 o'clock. So we come over here and we're pulling up above those ask prints, but it's all selling underneath. So once we're done with that pull up, especially 80 being a psychological level, it's going to have a very hard time being able to hold above there, especially the fact that we're not really getting much new buying coming in. So I'm going to be looking for a little bit of a move towards that upside and then that trigger to the downside to kind of satisfy the rest of the selling that we have underneath there. As of right this second, most of the prints that we've seen, most of the bigger prints we've seen all morning have been on that sell side. So those 79 prints, it pulled back just a little bit and we're kind of going back up above. And then those riders, once they're done with that, we're going to end up seeing it pretty much fall underneath that 80 level. Next thing, NVDA. So NVDA, they had earnings coming in, but there's just not really much to go on with it yet. So we have to keep it on our list because we know it's going to have, a bunch of volume. Right now, I would have expected a lot more, only 694,000 shares being traded, which is not really anything too crazy considering the fact that they did have earnings yesterday. So we're sitting right here, 162.50, that print line. We're kind of bouncing up above it, but it just hasn't really given much yet. So we're going to watch it. There's a bunch of volume that's going to be coming into it. We should expect a bigger range than the usual $7.66. So overall, we need to see some type of show of hand before we're going to be able to do anything with it. And then we have the pot stock. So we have CGC and Cron. Now, Cron really hasn't shown anything whatsoever. There was a bid print at 21.50. And coming over to CGC, we've actually been getting a whole bunch of covering as we've been coming back down towards that 47.50. Happened a little bit before, and we can see that it just happened again coming in there. So overall, made a really nice move up. And then on this move down, we're starting to see them get out. So I'm going to be expecting, especially if we continue to see new buying coming in. As of right this second, we still do have a staircase, which kind of worries me a little bit, especially coming up to that 48 to see some type of bar down coming underneath. And once again, we're going to need to see something a little bit better. I mean, we had bid prints at 49 that don't really mean anything right now because of the fact that it's already came back. It didn't really pull up as much as I would have expected from those prints coming back in. So with this staircase, it's kind of right in that middle, and Cron is following it almost exact. Cron really doesn't have any prints for us to even go over, but going to be paying attention to those because of the fact 1.4 million shares already during the pre-market is a big deal. So people are definitely looking at this. We just need to see something a little bit better to really give us the, exactly where this thing is going to go. And the only other thing that I have going on out there as a side list stock is going to be APHA. Now, we've seen this thing move before. We know that it can run. Coming up, I would have really liked to see a little bit more coming in underneath that 10 level. We did have, a few decent prints. You could see 990 and 980, but not as much as I would have liked to see at all. With these cheaper stocks, we really need to see somebody come in and show us that they really want it to go, and that's why it's going to be on the side list. But as of right this second, it is still holding. It's kind of in an extended staircase. If you look over here on the 5-minute chart, that just consolidates our minute chart. It's kind of in that staircase right there, so it certainly has the variables and the opportunity for us to be able to break out from there. Other than that, like I said, I mean, even our everyday stocks, there's just not really much that's going on out there. You know, things kind of moved a little bit overnight, but just not really much. So we have some really good situations coming up in that EA and as well as LOGM. And we will pretty much, those are the main two I'll be looking at, and we're going to take it from there. Now, anything else out there that I missed? First thing I went over was pretty sure EA. All right, beautiful. So remember, we are off on Monday. Once again, it is another holiday. It is President's Day, so we will not be open. There will be no chat room. There will be no market open on Monday, so make sure you put that in your calendar so you don't wake up early for no reason. Other than that, guys, I will talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.